Championship Wrestling. I'm Gene Kelly, and we do have a program for you this time. And I'm certainly glad you joined us. Just learned right before we went on the air that Scott Casey has signed a contract to wrestle Dick Slater for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship title on the program, this one, today. Also, understand Gino Hernandez is back in town. Gino has been off training. He and Blanchard, Tully Blanchard, going to wrestle in a tag team match tonight. And, you know, this is one of the finest tag matches, tag teams to ever come along. And speaking of a couple of fine wrestlers, young man to my left, Tito Santana, is one of the finest Mexican-American wrestlers to ever step in anybody's ring. Tito, good to see you.
Thank you very much, Gene. You know, it's my pleasure to come to South Texas. It's my land. It's my people. I have waited 6 years to come over here to wrestle in front of my people. I was in Houston for the first time, and the welcome the people gave me there, the Mexican people, the whole people that were behind me, I won the tournament, and I want to thank the people. I feel that the people gave me the extra incentive that I needed, and I'm happy to be home. And I'm waiting for all the people to meet them in person and to open their arms up to them. Arriba!
Tito Santana, he did win that big tourney in Houston. Boy, there were some names involved in that. We'll talk about before the night is through. Another man who, I promise you, his credentials precede him, Dory Funk Jr. Dory, welcome back.
Well, thank you, Gene. It's good to be back, and the thing that impresses me the most since I came into town at the airport is the number of people that have come up to me and they've asked me, they've said, how is Terry? How is your brother? How's his ear doing? When is he coming back? Well, let me say this. Terry is coming back, and he's coming back soon. He's still got some problem with his ear, but that doesn't affect how hard he can punch with his fist, and that doesn't affect how well Terry can wrestle. We're looking forward to trying to sign a contract against Dick Slater, Tully Blanchard, especially Tully Blanchard. He's the one that did the damage to Terry's ear, and we want to get another chance at him.
Again, welcome back, Dory. I promise you one thing. Between Dory and Terry Funk, when these two men get in the ring, Tully, you might look for some tall grass to go squat in because they will be looking for you, and they have been for quite some time. Good to hear Terry's ear is on the mend. We'll look for having Terry to join Dory Funk Jr. at Southwest Championship Wrestling in the ring. Kelly Kiniski, big Kelly Kiniski, as we get it on. Boy, we got a do-wah-diddy for you this time. Tito Santana, Mission, Texas. Welcome home, Tito. Going against Kelly Kiniski from Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, nice. Tito and Kiniski, I guarantee you, don't take Kelly Kiniski lightly, and I don't mean that just because he weighs 251 pounds. Kelly can take it, he can dish it out, but he's against a young man that is a wrestler par excellence. He just won a big Houston tournament. He defeated Nick Bockwinkel, not for the world title, but to win that tournament. And I'll tell you one thing, he comes to town with his act together. Tito Santana, another athlete with his act together, is Tom Pritchard. Tom, welcome once again. Nice to have you with me.
Well, thank you very much, Gene. You know, just like you were talking about, Tito Santana is coming off a big win over that Houston tournament. And like you said, he got a big decision over the world's heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel. And I think the fans here in Southwest Championship Wrestling are going to be very, very impressed with this man.
I guarantee, I hope Kiniski's right-handed. If he's not, Tommy, he's going to be when he gets through with that hole. That has got to get your attention. Santana turns him loose as he goes in the rope. Third man in the ring, Eric Manheimer. Kiniski, Santana. You're supposed to look at Santana on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And down goes Kelly Kiniski. Kelly's dad was a world champion. You saw him here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. He talked to us a couple of weeks ago, and he's very proud of his son. Kelly's been known to bend the rules a little, Tommy. Oh, full tackle. Santana on Kiniski. He drags it.
Good arm drag on this Tito Santana. You know, Tito is also a former WWF Tag Team Champion. He held the belts up in New York with Ivan Putski, and he's holding that arm bar pretty good right now. He's got Kelly Kiniski in a pretty bad way.
Yeah, Kelly's gritting his teeth and wondered should maybe have stayed on the bus till maybe the next match. Of course, Kelly's big. He'd been known to bounce back more times than one. The arm bar. Kiniski forced him in the ropes all the way across. Off. Kiniski down. Big, full, flying drop kick. Like the looks of this young man already, Tom. Tito Santana. He drags him.
Most definitely. He comes up high on those drop kicks, and that arm drag was quicker than anything. He's got a lot of upper body strength, as you can tell. He's where he works out hard in the gym. He's in the best shape. Like I said, he's in the best shape he's ever been in before.
Well, that seems to be good enough. Catches him. Tom, I missed it. Catch him with the knee coming off, right?
Caught him right in the knee. It might have been a little low. I couldn't see it from my side, but anytime you come rushing off those ropes and you have that momentum behind you, you get a knee in the gut like that, it's not going to do you any good.
Body slam, elbow drop. And Kiniski goes for the kill. Santana bridges out. 2 count from Mannheimer. Santana, oh yeah. This young man does wrestle to win. Don't want to overdo it, but I do like the way he looks. Hello. What? Hello, what? Kiniski going to have to answer the phone with his fingers because I guarantee you're not going to be out of either ear for a while. Santana looking good on 251-pound Vancouver, BC product, Kelly Kiniski. Again, Scott Casey has signed a contract, Tom, to wrestle Dick Slater for that Southwest Heavyweight Championship on this show. Slater just won it in the past few days, as a matter of fact. He's putting it on the line against Casey.
Well, I tell you, Slater has always been tough, but he's also one of the most unpredictable wrestlers today. To sign a contract against anybody is what he usually does. And Scott Casey, of course, he's still hot about Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez and what they did to him, turn off his ear and things like this. But I look for Casey to be in pretty good shape, but Slater is in tremendous shape as usual.
Kiniski acting like he's working on a blocking skid as he works on Santana. Got him on the buckle. Couple of forearm slams after the shoulder. Santana uses a wrestling boot, then the knee, floors Kiniski. Kiniski dazed. Santana arm whips him into the ring, then clotheslines him. Big double arm clothesline. 2. Kiniski bridges out. Hey, close. I guarantee you that was close. Used the toe of the wrestling boot. And again, Kiniski goes into the side head. Chops him with the thumb under the Adam's apple. No, it's not legal. But Kiniski has been known more than once to resort when he's in trouble, and he was definitely in trouble. Arm sling up and over the top. Goes Santana. Tries for a chop, misses. Big, full. 1, 2, 3. Body press. The body press got him. Tito Santana. Kelly Kiniski never knew what hit him. Big, full body press. Tito looking good his first time out. Got to tell you, the Mission, Texas product, Tito Santana. We'll be back with more of Southwest Heavyweight Championship Wrestling after these words. Back again, wrestling fans. Gene Kelly with Southwest Championship Wrestling. In the ring, the good Colonel, Buck Robley, and Terry Allen. The sick and devious Buck Robley. Some refer to him, and believe me, it is earned. It's not something that comes lightly. Robley will do anything. And if you're a wrestling fan, you know that. Terry Allen, it got his work cut out for him tonight. Big Terry Allen, Chesapeake, Virginia. Terry weighs 237, and he's an excellent wrestler. Not to take anything away from Terry. Oh, it winds him up like an 8-day clock. Robley, looked like he got something on his head bone there. Looks like a patch, Brother Buck. Buck Robley. From parts unknown. Buck has never told me where he's from. He may not remember some of the knocks he's taken on his head. Weighs 240, and I'll tell you one thing, he's made some other men not know where they're from before the night was over. There's a reason they called Buck devious. And I've got to tell you, I've seen a man act like he was sick. In the great football game of life, like maybe he didn't have enough men on the field. Into the buckle with the head of Terry Allen. And again, the thing about Robley is he enjoys it. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to inflict damage. And you can't appreciate an athlete. Robley has the ability to win. Slam. And Terry Allen stunned him. Allen back into the buckle. Robley, arm whips him across. Oh, turns it around. Robley into the buckle himself. Certainly that didn't come off Robley's drawing board. Guarantee he didn't have that plan. Allen, out of the depot stove. Tosses him. Terry Allen firing his eyes, goes after Buck Robley. Robley backs out of the corner. He's against the buckle. He says, let's regroup. No timeouts in this game, Buck. Fields out there with a padded right arm for Terry Allen. Now the left. See, Buck's got 3 of his fingers taped on his left side. I'm not sure that I'd trust that around my eyeballs. This looks like just a standoff in wrist strength, and it looked like Uncle Buck's coming up with a short straw. Terry Allen displaying a lot of strength, as we knew he had, on Buck Robley. Robley saying, no, don't believe I want any part of this. Allen takes him out and up. Again, coming up tonight, Blanchard and Hernandez together again for the first time. Robley used the knee for the first time in a long time. Hernandez been training, I understand. Big headbutt. Robley. Like getting on the head with a croquet mallet. Really like getting hit right between the eyes with a croquet mallet. Big full body slam. Robley on Terry Allen. Rakes across his eyes with the bottom of that wrestling boot. That's not enough. Robley gonna drop him with the bottom of the wrestling shoe. That will put your porch light out. As you can see, young Terry Allen having problems. Robley, he relishes all this. Notice how slowly he moves. Slams him with the elbow. Robley at this point, when he has a man in trouble, moves very deliberately. He wants to enjoy it. He enjoys it all when he's on the giving end. Terry Allen, stunned by Colonel Buck Robley. Fights back. Full forearm slam. Now to the ear of Buck Robley. Robley thought he had him. Terry Allen fights back. Now Allen takes him. Body slams him. Goes for the kill. 1, 2. Robley bridges out. Almost throws Allen on top of the referee, Eric Mannheimer. Robley up, fighting back into the ropes. Backs under to that full elbow. And the entire tricep. Obviously lays Allen prone on the ring. Now he's going one more time. Slams him on the air with a knee. Knee drops him. Buck Robley moving slowly. Sure he's got him this time. Terry Allen bridges out. Robley, using the hair of the head, drops him with the elbow. Terry Allen stunned, obviously. Now Robley drapes his gullet over the bottom rope. Referee counting. Robley lets him go just in time. Robley waiting for the referee to get away. He is not through with Brother Allen. You can bet on that. He got further punishment in mind, as you can see for yourself. Robley doesn't close in quickly, just works very methodically, slams him with a fist. Terry Allen, the wrestling boot, working on the midsection of Robley. Now the fist, works on the jawbone of Buck Robley, into the midsection again. Full body slam, full body slam. Drops him, looked like hamstring problems for Terry Allen, and that's all Robley needed, I can assure you. Into the buckle with the head of Terry Allen. Allen droops to one knee. Robley just not in a hurry. Over the top. He's going to drop him. Stands there and thinks about it, then knee drops him. He wants the pain to last on Terry Allen, the sick and devious Buck Robley. And he is going to pile drive him to a fare thee well, halfway to the basement. You can see it coming. Robley ready. There it goes. And I mean, his head almost went through the ring. 1, 2, 3, the pile driver for Buck Robley. All it took to put Terry Allen's lights out. Buck Robley grinning at the crowd. When Buck grins that big, his ears disappear. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more in just a moment from Southwest Championship Wrestling. Welcome back to Southwest Championship Wrestling. Big tag team match in the ring, as you say, ladies and gentlemen. And I guarantee you, wind you watch, it's going to be a long one. I'm talking turn out the lights and get in bed with your hat on. Moon Mulligan from New Orleans, Louisiana, and Tank Patton against Dory Funk Jr. and Manny Fernandez. Dory Funk Jr. came, I guarantee you, to wrestle tonight. Dory is, of course, the well-known brother of Terry Funk. You saw what happened to Terry here a couple of months ago at the hands of Tully Blanchard as Tully attacked him with a claw hammer. But we understand he's on the man as Patton and Funk go together in the middle on the edge of the ring. Dory Funk slinging him across. 325 pounds of tank moving. 325 pounds of tank goes down. Arm drag. Dory Funk Jr. Tags in Manny Fernandez. Manny got the side head on Patton. Patton just might as well been beating the Hornet's nest with a cue stick. I guarantee he got him some problem. In comes Moon Mulligan. He thinks he wants some of Manny, and he's wrong. All the way across off Manny. Big, full. Kind of a cross between a flying tackle and a clothesline. Arm drag. Head scissor. Mulligan on Fernandez. It's happened so fast you can hardly call it. I'm talking these men moving. And not a lightweight among them. Moon Mulligan, 302 from the Cajun country. He liked them red bean and rice, yeah. Goes over and says something to his cohort there, Tank Patton. I know that was going to be a big benefit. In comes Dory Funk Jr., who's still got a mad on him about his brother Terry, and you can't really fault him for that. I believe you would, and so would I. In comes Patton, works on a rib cage of Funk. Now gets him to the side head like Tank has got that wrist brace, as he calls it, on the left arm. I think that arm was broke about 14 years ago, but you got to realize Tank's a slow mender. Big top wrist, Dory Funk Jr. on Tank Patton. Taking its toll, Patton wanting a little mercy, and Funk has none. Looking down the line. Well, there's a good tag. We'll look down the line in a minute. There comes Moon. He's up to skullduggery. Side headlock on Funk after he works on his rib cage. Moon Mulligan. Don't take Dory Funk Jr. lightly, Moon, my man. He has been around more square circles than you may have seen. Or maybe he hasn't. But I have a great deal of admiration for the Funk boys. They really do. A couple of fine athletes. Moon Mulligan, at this point, the sitting side head at the mercy of Dory Funk Jr. Gino Hernandez returns tonight on the show. Haven't seen Gino in a while. Wish I could honestly tell you I'd missed him, but he's a good wrestler. Gino is a fine athlete, and he comes back tonight. Oh, Terry Funk in a beautiful move, holds up, kicks a field goal with the head of Moon Mulligan. And Moon finds the strength to come to his feet, but I'll guarantee you at this point he's seeing about 3 of Dory Funk Jr. Well, Mulligan out of the hammerlock, and a beautiful move from Dory Funk Jr. to get that hammerlock. Goes against Tank Patton. As they clutch, Patton drives him to the buckle. Now, you know, Tank better think he's going to break clean. All the way across. Uh-oh, hello. Patton into the buckle. Over and across the top, backdrop off of Funk Jr. Puts the backdrop on Patton. That famous twisting leg lock. Patton, you made it to the rope just in time, because I guarantee you the Funks came up with that twisting leg, and they'll twist it off all the way to your belly button. Tank Patton. If he doesn't have a look of relief on his face, he should. Uses his forearm. Hip drags Funk. Elbow drops him. Dory Funk. Under Patton, he bridges out. In comes Mullins. I got to tell you this. At this point, Patton and Mullins working together beautifully as a tag team. He uses the foot on Funk. Up and over. Knee drops him. Moon Mulligan on Dory Funk Jr. bridges out again after a count of 1. Goes for a face lock, doesn't get it, ends up with a side head. In comes Tank. Reverse suplex. Dory Funk Jr. gets on Mulligan before he can get out of the way. Tank working to the side of the head of Dory Funk. Into the buckle with his head. Tank Patton stuns Dory Funk Jr. Rolls him, tries to hit a small package, goes for the body press, and it doesn't work. Over again, Patton gonna try. Got the face lock, tags in Mulligan, but refuses to let loose, and once again they work on the rib cage of Dory Funk Jr. Funk off, big, full forearm, almost a lifter. Now the to the wrestling boot. Mulligan on Funk, in comes Patton. Patton tries to knee lift him. Now the side headlock. Patton on Funk. Funk trying to get to Manny Fernandez. Again tonight. Casey has signed a contract to wrestle Dick Slater for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt. Kaboom! Moon Mulligan says $5,000 to any man who can pin him. Moon Mulligan got $5,000 on the line in what he calls the Golden Challenge. At this point, he's not in command. He was for a moment. Right now, they're both going against Fernandez. And this, yeah, Manny Fernandez, Moon Mulligan, Dory Funk, Tank Patton, Eric Manheimer. Everybody but the popcorn man in the ring. All the way across. There it goes. Oh, he drops. Fernandez drops, elbow drop. Moon Mulligan on Fernandez. Moon Mulligan on Fernandez. Meanwhile, outside, 2, 3. Gino, no. Manny Fernandez has pinned the big and thus far elusive Moon Mulligan with $5,000 on the line. But Moon is gone. There's $5,000 on this. Manny was going to have a little walking around money. I'd like to talk to him about this. There's $5,000 on the line, and Moon walked out of the ring. Manny?
$5,000. He said anybody pin him. 1, 2, 3. $5,000. I want $5,000. That's right. 1, 2, 3.
He pinned him. 1, 2, 3, $5,000 on the line. I guarantee he's got to come.
But where's his money? He come in here talking. Yo gané $5,000. Yo quiero mi dinero. Where's my money?
I don't blame you, Manny. The man has said for weeks, however, that $5,000 on the line, he got pinned, and now he walks. And now he takes off. He takes a shortcut and gets out. He owes this man 5 big ones. Ladies and gentlemen, the man walked out. He didn't pay him what he owed him. We'll be back with more in just a moment of Southwest Championship Wrestling. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Gene Kelly with Southwest Championship Wrestling. With me, the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Manny Fernandez in one heck of a match, I got to tell you. And he is the Southwest Heavyweight Champion, Dick Slater.
Here in a little while, I'm going to have to defend my title against Scott Casey right here live on television. You know, it was a proud moment for me to be able to hold this belt, the Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt. I have told the people what I am going to do, and I have done it. I have not done the impossible because I do whatever I say I do. Well, you know, Manny Fernandez was one hell of a match for me because the man is a very capable wrestler of being the Southwest Heavyweight Champion, and so is Scott Casey. But I myself believe that I am a little bit better. That's why I am holding the Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt.
Well, it was an excellent match. It really was, Dick. And, yeah, you won it, and you deserve it. It was a beautiful match. I got to tell you that.
I told everybody before that since I was a Southwest Heavyweight Champion, I would defend my title against anybody at any time, at any place around the state of Texas or the places where the Southwest
Dynamic Duo's back.
Well, there's Hernandez and Blanchard.
The former World Tag Team Champions, better than ever, baby. We are back. Look at us, women.
Duo, baby, the two most beautiful former World Tag Team Champions. Look at it. We are back in live and exciting color. Gino's back off his vacation, and we are ready for action.
Ready for anybody and
I
anything.
believe you guys are getting a little rude. This is my time here, not yours. Would you please excuse me?
Excuse you what? We can talk anytime we want to.
I am the Southwest Heavyweight Champion.
So what? We
You
were the
guys are
World
experts.
Tag Team
Well, that's
Champions.
I am the Southwest Heavyweight Champion, and you are an X. And X's, and this is my time here. So you please give me a little bit of respect. That's all I ask
We want
for.
to see our faces, and we'll talk anytime we want to talk. I think we have a right to talk anytime we want to talk because we have proven ourselves, and we are back, and we're better than ever.
I'm glad the women really like you. I'm really glad of that.
Well, it's for sure they don't like you.
Well, I tell you what, Diggy. I tell you what, someday one of us might be wrestling you for that little belt you have there, and maybe be taking it off you.
Tully Blanchard, let me tell you something right now. Any time or any place, I have said before, anybody that wants a shot at this Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt, whether it be your partner, whether it be you, well, it's your choice and it's your neck. You can take your pick.
Well, let me tell you what, Diggy Slater, I held that belt longer than any man alive. Well, you were in Florida messing around with the little girls on the beach. I was here wrestling Wahoo McDaniels, beating my brains out for the money that thing brings. And I know the press.
I'm really sorry about this. Just because you held it, that doesn't mean you're going to keep it.
Blanchard attacks. Blanchard attacks Slater. Now Hernandez is on. Hernandez is on Slater. They get their feet tangled up in my mic wire. They've got Slater over to the side. Both Hernandez and Blanchard on Dick Slater, the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. They're both on him. They slam him into the ring. Slater's down. Let me get around where I've got a good viewpoint. Slater is down. The man is down. Hernandez slams him with a table. Blanchard all over Slater. Blanchard and Hernandez on Slater. They're pulling his shirt off. Blanchard attacking with his knee. I've never seen anything like it. They interrupt the man in his interview, and then they attack him. Hernandez and Blanchard holding Slater down. They rip his shirt off. Blanchard continues to drop him with his knee. He's already been hit with one table, and there's another. They hit him with a table. Slater's down, and now Hernandez uses the chair on him. Blanchard on him with his foot. They're both attacking him. Slater down and out. Here comes Fernandez. Manny Fernandez. Manny Fernandez. And Scott Casey. Slater is hurt. Slater is down. I hear him. Slater's complaining about his shoulder. He can't move his arm. Slater is real problems with his shoulder. They ran into it. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Dick Slater is hurt, and I'm afraid it's bad. Dick Slater down on the concrete floor, the cement floor of the junction, complaining. I heard him screaming about his arm. Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Slater is hurt, and I've never seen anything like it. Dick Slater being attended to by Scott Casey and Manny Fernandez. He is definitely seriously injured. He was attacked, first slammed to the ring post, then attacked with a table, the kicks, the slams of Hernandez and Blanchard, then another table, then a chair. I literally have never seen anything like it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Southwest Championship Wrestling. The spoiler against Scott Casey. The spoiler from parts unknown, he weighs 265. Scotty at 235, and I guarantee he knows where he's from and proud of it, Amarillo, Texas. Cowboy Scott Casey, arm sling all the way across into the buckle. Forearm slam, elbow drop. Casey starts on the spoiler. He's hot. Boy, I'll guarantee you one thing. He goes into the sleeper. Scott Casey on the spoiler. The spoiler famous for the claw. Casey got him in the sleeper. However, he's backed into the buckle and breaks the hold with him. Manny Fernandez. Manny, quite a display a moment ago. Unbelievable.
You know, Dick Slater, they just carried him off. He's going to the hospital. He's got a pretty bad shoulder injury. You know, me and Dick Slater are not the best of friends, but I respect one thing. I respect the man's ability to wrestle. He's a tough man. He's a tough individual. This 2-on-1 crap that's been going around is getting a little too heavy. I don't believe in it. That's about as low as a man can stoop when he has to jump two-man and then jump the man from behind and don't give him a fighting chance. That I don't go for at all. And whatever it takes, I guarantee you. Like I said, I don't have much like for Dick Slater, but I have a lot of respect, and he will be back. I promise you. I've fought this man more than 50 times, and he don't go down without a fight.
No way to know how bad he's injured. As Manny said, he is on the way to the hospital. We'll try to have a condition report before we go off the air, if at all possible. But he is a tough individual. And Manny, if anybody would do that kind of thing, it would be Blanchard and Hernandez.
You know, Blanchard and Hernandez have been rolling around here, calling each other the great dynamic duo and everything else. The only thing that they get away with is this devious stuff that they're doing, 2-on-1. Always got to sneak up on the opponent. Now, I think that's kind of low, but that's the way they live. That's the bylaws they made for each other. But I guarantee you there's some people out here that are finally going to get down on these two, and it's going to come down heavy.
I don't doubt the man's word at all. A big chop off the spoiler on Casey, who was originally scheduled to wrestle tonight for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt. Hey, the spoiler goes for the claw, and Casey catches him. Guarantee you, Manny, you've had this man get the claw on you, and I guarantee he's one tough individual.
He sure is. That's a devastating hole. It works on the nerves. But I guarantee you that Scott Casey there, he benches about 400 pounds. It ain't gonna be too easy for that man to put the claw on Scott Casey.
He just found that out at the moment. Casey down, holding off the spoiler, catches him in the back. The spoiler still going for the claw. Casey working on the rib cage with a wrestling boot. Spoiler determined to get the claw on Scott Casey. Big knee drop, spoiler on Casey. And another 265 pounds on Cowboy. Scott Casey goes for the claw, and he misses. Jams his finger into the floor. He jammed it. Manny, he jammed it straight into the arena floor.
I guarantee you, he jammed that hand. Right now, he's going to have to get some feeling back in them fingers, and Scott better get on the ball. This man, the spoiler's a pretty tough individual. He's out there to win. He's out there to prove himself, too. He's got nothing to lose and everything to win, so Scott Casey better pull it off.
Casey all the way across. Catch him coming off. Spoiler down. Casey, go to elbow drop him. Casey misses. Spoiler moves just in time. Casey rolling with his elbow. Scott, the left side of his face, bearing the scar from the burn that he received at the hands not very long ago of something else Brother Blanchard had to do with. Spoiler got the claw on the forehead of Scott Casey. Casey fighting back. Over. Spoiler hangs on. Hangs on. Casey in trouble in the claw hold of the spoiler. Casey fights, turns around, still trying to get out. Scott Casey.
That claw hold works a lot like the sleeper. Put your nerves out. He's got it on the head, the most dangerous part. You know, people use it on the stomach, but he's using it on the head, and he's working on the nerve.
Casey drops him all the way from the second rope. 2, 3, and it's over. Scott Casey, but the spoiler does not turn loose. He's lost the match. Casey body pressed him. He's won it. Manny Fernandez in. He's going to break it for him. Yes, sir. Manny and Scotty out as a moment ago, as you may know, to help Dick Slater. And Slater, I'm afraid, was hurt more than we know. We'll try to find out about it before the night is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more excitement on Southwest Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Back again with Southwest Championship Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. With me is Dory Funk Jr. Dory, the question I must ask you, you were back there, you saw him. What did you see when Dick Slater came back into the dressing room, Dory?
Well, I want to say something. I have seen some raw things happen in professional wrestling. And I want to tell the people I did not see, actually, when Tully Blanchard came after my brother Terry Funk with a claw hammer and tore his ear up, but I heard about it from my brother Terry Funk. I think these fellas have gone too far. I was in the dressing room, and I watched Dick Slater walk in that dressing room, and Dick Slater is tough, and I've wrestled him before, but I've never seen anything like this in my life in professional wrestling. This is Dick Slater's shirt, or this is what's left of Dick Slater's shirt. Now these fellas are going too far. They're going 2-on-1. They're using foreign objects. They're using chairs. They're using anything they can. There had to have been a ragged nail in the table that they hit Dick Slater with. Dick Slater is a mess. His shoulder is bad. He's on his way to the hospital. I don't know how bad off he is. I do know he's tough, though, because I've wrestled Dick Slater. I know he can punch, I know he can fight, and I know he can wrestle. He's my kind of fighter, even though I've been against him on many, many occasions. I'm going to tell you what I want. I want Dick Slater in my corner against Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. And if I can't have that, if Slater's not ready, I'll take my brother in my corner against Blanchard and Hernandez. And if I can't have Terry Funk down here, I'll take Scott Casey with me. Or I'll take Manny Fernandez, or I'll take Bruiser Brody. But I want someone to team up with me and step in the ring with Blanchard and Hernandez. This is going too far. This is more than professional wrestling. This is deeper than professional wrestling. I don't know how bad Slater is hurt. I know he'll be back. I hope he gets even.
I'm sure that he probably will. I see what you're talking about, Dory. No, from what I saw, it was unbelievable. I promise you, the man was severely injured. How bad, we don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Blanchard and Hernandez are capable of anything. You've seen that. You've seen it with Terry Funk Jr. You've seen it with Scott Casey. And now you've seen it tonight with Dick Slater, the Southwest heavyweight champion. Slater, we have no doubt, will be back. I hope so. The man is an excellent athlete. And speak of the devil, in the ring, Ray Hernandez and Sweet Brown Sugar going against Hernandez, Gino Hernandez, and Tully Blanchard. Sweet Brown came in to wrestle. Big flying kick. Sweet brown sugar. Blanchard backs out. He starts in and then blows retreat. He wants none of that action, I can promise you. Sweet brown sugar. Excellent, excellent athlete. We promised you'd be here, and here he is. Ray Hernandez, his partner. Sweet Brown wants him some of Brother Blanchard. Let me tell you something, Sugar. Do not ever underestimate what Blanchard and Hernandez will do. You saw it for yourself tonight as they attack Slater. We have no condition. I have no idea what condition he's in. You know, they take the man away his profession by fair means or foul, and I got to admit most of the time it's foul. And you'll find out since Gino Hernandez is back, they'll go one-on-one with you, but if you're winning, the other one pops out of the dressing room and attacks you from the back. That's the style of Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. In the ring, Ray Hernandez with Tully Blanchard. Got the big arm bar on him. Blanchard scooting to the corner. Oh, in comes Gino, and is he in for a surprise? But let me tell you something about Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. They weren't the world's tag team champions because they weren't good partners. They wrestle beautifully together as a team, but they will resort to anything. Two of the most dangerous individuals to ever be involved in the sport of wrestling. They're malicious. If they take you away from your profession by injury, it bothers them not. They don't lose a wink of sleep. I can promise you that. Blanchard pins him on a buckle. Meanwhile, Hernandez working on him across the way. Gino Hernandez on Ray Hernandez. Blanchard with a chin lock. Pins him back, straps him out. In comes Hernandez. Catches him right at the breastbone with a boot. Drops him with the elbow. Hernandez all the way across the ring. Raised down. Gino Hernandez on top. Goes for the pin. Only two, says the third man in the ring, Eric Mannheimer. Into the boot of Tully Blanchard. In comes the tag. Ray Hernandez in trouble. He's not wrestled these two before, at least to my knowledge, and I guarantee you he could be in for a long, long night. He already has been. Big full forearm slam. Across. Tries to clothesline. He misses. Flying drop kick. Ray Hernandez on Blanchard. Blanchard stunned. Hernandez with the elbow drop. Tags in. Sweet brown sugar. Here comes the cavalry. Across. Big, full, flying drop kick. Brown sugar. Now on Gino Hernandez. And he is going to atomic drop him. Gino Hernandez. Tremendous atomic drop from Brown Sugar. Catches the head of Blanchard with his fist. Totally stuns him. Brown Sugar with Blanchard at his mercy. Kneeling in the corner by the buckle. Drags him out. Brown Sugar headbutts him. Blanchard stunned, staggers, face down. Don't let him fool you. He may be stunned, and chances are he is. Drives it home. Sweet Brown Sugar. Big, full, out of the rafters. Body slam. Brown Sugar tags in Ray Hernandez. Beautiful exhibition. A Brown Sugar. Body slam. Ray Hernandez on Blanchard. Now elbow drops him. Gotta tell you, whatever Blanchard gets in there tonight, or Hernandez, they've earned it. Boy, have they ever earned it. Ray Hernandez, Blanchard says no, 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 no. And the referee counts him away. Counts off Ray Hernandez. As Blanchard's laying there, he's getting his breath. Hernandez working on his head. Ray Hernandez on the head of Tully Blanchard, who's so grievously injured Dick Slater early tonight, along with his partner, Gino Hernandez. Unbelievable what they did to the man. Unbelievable. All the way across. Blanchard into the buckle. Hernandez misses. The wily Tully Blanchard musters enough strength to move. And now, Ray Hernandez in trouble as Gino slings him into the rope. Big, full, flying drop kick. Hernandez has Ray Hernandez down. Picks him up by the hair of the head. Elbow slam. In comes Blanchard. With renewed energy. Starts with the feet. Now, the body slam. Tully Blanchard. 2. Ray Hernandez finds the strength. Bridges out. Blanchard is not anywhere near finished. He works on the midsection. Ray Hernandez fights back on Tully Blanchard, and again. Knee lift. Blanchard Hernandez staggers him. He goes to one knee. Now Blanchard going to suplex him. Big, full side suplex. Tully Blanchard on Ray Hernandez. Blanchard doesn't even go with a pin. Oh, I've seen it before. Guarantee you that Hernandez is going to come out of the rafters. He does. Gino Hernandez. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Blanchard and Hernandez. Over Sweet Brown Sugar and Ray Hernandez. Well, Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. Let me get up to ringside. Let me talk to him. They're the ex-tag team champions of the world. Gino Hernandez.
Duo is back. I'm back from Monte Carlo, a well-deserved vacation. The dynamic duo is back, better than ever. And once and for all, Dick Slater, that big mouth, conceited idiot, got what he had coming to him, because when he compares himself in the same class as Tully Blanchard and myself, he's dead wrong.
I tell you what, Gene Kelly, you and Rapito Rodriguez, greatest wrestling announcers in the world, the man had it coming, comparing himself to the world's tag team champions that we are. Southwest heavyweight champion is great. I was it, made lots of money. But I tell you what, Dick Slater, the time came where your mouth overloaded a little bit more than else. I tell you, I got one thing to say. You know, Gino and myself were partying a little bit. We went out to the Stampede, and one of the guys there said, you know, Scott Casey forgot his hat, and I tried to chase him down the road, and he didn't want to take his hat back. Came back, gave it to the owner, Charlie Lewis, and he said, well, I thought maybe Gino Hernandez and Tully Blanchard, my friends, would want Scott Casey's hat. Look at this hat. Look at your hat, Scott Casey, that you didn't want. Look at that hat, Scott Casey. Look at that hat. And that's what's going to happen to you, Scott Casey, in that bull rope match. Look at that hat. Dick Slater's down and out. Scott Casey's down and out like his hat. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the dynamic duo is back forever and ever and ever and ever. And don't you people forget it.
Dick Slater, this is only the beginning. Starting tonight, what you people have seen is just the beginning, because we are back together once again. We are superior to any team in wrestling going back to BC. We are the greatest. We have proven it. And whether it be Dick Slater, who by now I'd imagine is in the emergency room being operated on, or one Scott Casey, or the Funks with mangled ears, we've only just begun. And if you think we're vicious now, just wait. We've only just begun.
Dory Funk Jr., get a partner, baby. One of your big ears will come off, too.
Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an unbelievable display. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's been unbelievable. We'll do it again next week. Join us same time, same channel for more excitement on Southwest Championship Wrestling.